9 o'clock that evening, we got a call to go to a wreck. So they said, come on, Frank. I get in the car and I head over there with this officer. And when I get there, it's a white female and a black male that has had a wreck. So this white female walks up to this white officer, and I'm standing beside him. She said, that nigga just ran over me back there. And I'm standing there, and I said, what did you say? Now, this is my first day on the job, you know. I mean, usually you're trained, you don't say nothing. I said, what do you say? And she said, that colored man back there just ran over me. We had a very happy childhood. But during the 60s, 50s and 60s, blacks were still considered as second-class citizens in the eyesight of whites. But as I grew older, I realized that we was still living in poverty, and we was also had to walk to the schools. A lot of kids walking to school each day. But you had the white kids that would be riding right by the schools, right down the street from them, would be riding the school buses to school. One of the things as I look back, I can now realize why the civil rights movement really had to be. Because people was going to not make a change unless they was forced to do so. And the civil rights movement came about in order to force whites to at least recognize us, that we was a vital part of the community. We was in the workforce, working for them each day, but also realize that we wanted to vote, and we wanted the same things that they wanted. We wanted an automobile, we wanted a better home, we wanted more pay for what we did.
I never will forget when Frank was born. I had picked cotton all day that day. No, I had did something. It wasn't probably housework because it was in March. Had did something that day. Went to some of them white folks' house and worked, and came home, cooked, washed my diapers, and fed the kids, and went to the fair that night. I rode the Ferris wheel till 11 o'clock that night. Came home and took a nap, and about 2:30 that morning, he was born. I started with a few pains, and the next thing you know, I never stayed in labor over a couple of hours in my whole life. The white folks had it all. I didn't have nothing. I didn't have nothing. If I didn't go to work, I didn't have nothing, not a thing. I had to go to work for those white people. But they was good to me. I had no problem with them. I never had a problem with them.
My father worked at a tractor place. He was a mechanic, and he worked on tractors, and he'd go out and farm and repair them for people and go pick them up for the company. And he would make $30 if he worked 5 days, and $35 if he worked to 12 o'clock on Saturday. And I never knowed that until I got grown. And then I realized it. I said, man, it was amazing that our parents could buy land, furnish a car for us, put clothes on our back, and we raised a lot of our food, but fed us. We never went hungry, never missed a meal.
To me, I wasn't under slavery. My grandmother was on it, and my mom, but I wasn't under slavery, because they respected me. I said yes and no to them, and they respected me.
We had to each day start a fire in the wood stove that was there so it could warm the building. In the afternoon, it was our chore to have to go out and get firewood so we could have wood for the next day for the school. And when we got home, our first responsibility was going in and taking off your school clothes and then putting on your work clothes and going out. And we had many tasks that we had to perform. We had to go out and slop the hogs, milk the cows, cut firewood for the following day. And if there was vegetables that need to be picked from the garden, we picked the vegetables and other routines. Sometimes we even churned buttermilk so we could have butter.
It is evident that the two races in Mississippi have more frequent contact in a friendlier and more relaxed atmosphere than in the urban North. It is also evident that the two races undertake more joint civic, educational, and charitable endeavors, that the Negro citizen is in a real way more of a part of his community. This atmosphere of mutual respect, understanding, and pride in achievement depends upon a system of social segregation. It has made possible cooperation without friction progress for both races without chaos and strife. We in Mississippi know our social system works best for all of our citizens.
You have heard a story of true progress, mutual respect, mutual help, and understanding between the white and the colored races in Mississippi. You have watched them work together, plan together in a typical small city in Mississippi. And I can truthfully say that this situation exists in all communities, towns, and cities throughout the entire state of Mississippi. It's true that we are segregated in our state. All of our schools are segregated. Yet, no student can get a better education than is offered the colored children in the state of Mississippi.
So the white schools was better than the black ones, but hey, we didn't question that. They had to go to school, so they just had to go on anyway. I never was a rowdy person in my lifetime, and still, you know, not that way now. We went along with whatever we had to go. We lived through it because we felt like God was able and he was going to take care of us and bring us through all of it one day, like he have done, you know. We still got a long ways to go, but he brought us a long ways.
I know if I have to go by myself, have to go by myself. I'll go if I have to go by myself, have to go by myself. If Father don't go, if Father don't go, if sister don't go, oh my brother don't go, I'll go if I have to go by myself, have to go by myself. I'll go if I have to go by myself, have to go by myself. I'll go if I have to go by myself, have to go by myself. My mother don't go, father don't go, my sister don't go, oh my brother don't go. Yeah, I'll go if I have to go by myself, have to go by myself.
You know, one of the things I'm gonna say, Donald was asking me, he said, do y'all have a good choir? And I don't know if he ever gave him an answer, but I can give him an answer today. We got a good choir. You know, and one of the things I'm so proud of is seeing the people with talent that didn't do like the person when God was handing talent out and took it in big. They taking it and using it. And there's some more of you sitting out there with talent. You need to come on up. My problem, I can't sing, but for the ones of you that can sing, and I was pointing at one of my sisters back then, she talking about she just like me, she can't sing. But if you got a talent, please use it. If you don't use it, you gonna lose it. That's right. You know? So let's take it and put it to the best use. My sisters keep singing. Yeah, sing. You know I'm singing, because I sit there and almost cry. Just thinking about my sister singing. Keep singing. Don't stop, don't be ashamed, don't be embarrassed, because when you're doing something to God, y'all be ashamed. Y'all be ashamed. That's right. Of course, my mother would prepare breakfast for us. Then immediately we would get ready for Sunday school. From there, we'd go to Sunday school, and we'd, if it wasn't a church Sunday, then we would come back home from Sunday school, and we would then be permitted to go and play. That was kind of like our day of freedom. We would walk 5 miles to town to play a baseball game on the fairground.
until after Medgar Evers got assassinated. That's when I really come involved. And when Charles Evers came to Port Gibson, came to Mississippi to take over his brother's position. And then he came to Port Gibson when the other place organized NAACP. And we met several times at different churches, you know, until they got 1966, when he said, "Nah,